Welcome back. It's 7:46. You're watching and listening to Breakfast this morning with Anne and Eamonn.
Thank you.
There's a nice surprise for you.
And get well soon, Mr. Stephen. The question, this could make you well, Stephen. No, but we wouldn't be allowed to.
No, you wouldn't be allowed to win it.
You wouldn't be allowed to win it. Anyway, you could win £10,000 in cash, a new phone. You could win shopping vouchers. You put it all together, and we call this the
Great British Giveaway. Here's all the details of how you could make those prizes yours.
This week, we're launching the Great British Giveaway. Your chance to grab some amazing prizes and start your new year the right way. You could win an incredible £10,000 in tax-free cash to spend on anything you like. Imagine having all of that extra cash in your bank account. We'll also bring you bang up to date with the very latest iPhone 15 Pro Max. And we'll give you £500 worth of shopping vouchers to spend in the store of your choice. For your chance to win the iPhone, the vouchers and £10,000 cash, text GBWIN to 84902. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. Or post your name and number to GB01, PO Box 8690, Derby DE1 9TT. UK only. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close at 5 p.m. on Friday the 5th of January. Full terms and privacy notice at gbnews.com/win. Good luck.
To Nigel Nelson and Claire Purcell, who are here to talk about stories making the headlines today. Guys, very nice to see you again. Big story. This is the Times front page, Nigel, about vaping and tobacco companies and the link.
Yes, and what the Times has said, they've done a big investigation into what tobacco companies are doing with vaping, and what the Times suggests is that they're trying to sort of target children, or at least minimise the idea that children are being damaged by vapes. The basic plan is to try and keep our sort of liberal regime in this country, so it stops bans on them, it means that the taxes won't go up on them, and also they can keep the flavours, which of course children quite like.
Bubble gum and...
Yeah, that kind of idea. I mean, I smoke and vape, so I sort of cross both sides.
No, not right.
Yeah. I mean, basically, I'm trying to cut down on the cigarettes,
yes,
and vaping actually helps them. And that's what vapes should be used for. They should be a smoking cessation tool rather than something which, certainly for kids, you take up.
So what, my friend, does vaping give you? Vapes have nicotine in them, don't they?
Well, some do. Most of them do, don't they?
Yeah, they have nicotine in them. And the reason why they're probably a good kind of way of stopping smoking is they mirror the cigarette as close than anything else has ever done before.
Right.
So you get your nicotine, but you're not getting all the tar and the nasty...
Do you get the same satisfaction? Because when I've never smoked, but when you see people who are cigarette smokers, you know, they inhale...
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, they're just overcome. It's
I know people who are nicer people when they smoke.
Is that right? So
yes.
Does vape do the same thing? Because I've not noticed vapers do that.
No, I don't think it does. I think what vaping does is mirror the habit that smokers have. So it's something to do with your hands. You're not breaking the cycle of smoking, but I don't think it has the same effect as nicotine and the rest of the drugs. And you're right, when somebody goes out to have a cigarette and they've had a really stressful morning, it's a release.
You can see the
chemicals.
Yes.
So I don't think it has the same effect.
But it creates smoke, though. The important thing about it is it actually creates the smoke a cigarette would, and that's just water vapour.
It does, but I think
it gives you something to puff out.
Yeah, I mean,
it was sort of coming down a guy's nostrils. There was a huge amount of smoke that
But it is that habit of doing something when you have a break.
The fact that your husband is doing something, are you more happy living with him, seeing him vape? Are you happy for him that he vapes?
I don't mind. I have to admit, I don't mind.
So you don't mind him smoking either, then?
Well, I'm in that category too, so I can't really judge.
Okay.
Could you confess, please?
Yeah.
But you're aware, are you aware that, that Anne and I, look, we have never smoked in our lives.
Never.
We seem to be, you know, and I don't know how. I don't know how. I haven't got any...
No, I wouldn't even know how.
We'll both teach you if you like.
No.
But, you know, I never got the habit, so therefore it's not an issue for me. But so I don't feel your craving and whatever for it. But you must be aware that when Nigel said there, I vape and I smoke, both Anne and I went, huh? Because it's like, it's so... it seems to be so rare in society now. Maybe not with kids and whatever, I don't know.
I think it's, it depends on the generation you grew up with. It's also dependent, I think, a lot on the workplace. Now, in the arena that we work in politics, it is one of those, that's where you get your gossip. That's where you chat with absolutely everybody. Doesn't matter if they're security staff, if they're MPs, it doesn't matter which party they come from, journalists, people like me, sort of staffers in the middle. Everybody's on the same level. It brings everyone together.
Out in a smoking shelter, which, by the way, cost the taxpayer £50,000. The one in Parliament.
It did, and you still get wet when you.
So, but I hear what Claire's saying. I mean, you all huddle in the smoking shelter, and whether you're with the security guy, someone from the canteen, or the Prime Minister, you could be saying, "How are you? Everything okay? How's today?" Whatever. It leads to conversation.
You actually, Claire's right. You hear all the gossip. But because you're a kind of club, that we are sort of the social outcasts. So we're all in a club, whatever the job is, whether you're a minister, whether you're, as you say, a security guard, a staff, or whatever it is. We belong to the same club and talk then in a different way. I've got an awful lot of my stories out of the smoking shelter.
Well, I suppose it's the same with drink, isn't it? Eamonn, do you have a drink at all?
No.
No, you don't even have a drink.
I'm so bored.
I'll get the same thing from a drink. Get home, pour a drink. Sit back and relax. There's something relaxing about just holding a drink.
But I think that's also the psychological release. It's I'm relaxed. This is going to make my day better. I've had a hard day.
Yes.
So I think it's more of a psychological thing. Yes, the chemicals within alcohol and also within smoking are going to have an effect on you. But I think it's also just a habit.
Well, it's very, very interesting, the effects it have on people. And I know people will be very quick to condemn it, whatever it is. But genuinely, there are people I know that if they have a drink in their hand or a cigarette, or better still, even both, I know they're going to be really, really nice. And without it, they're very irritable and they're very tight and whatever. Anyway, that's it. Your experience is very much welcome when Nigel and Claire come back in 40 minutes' time. Here's your weather.